Hello again, welcome to Shed Talk, my weekly magazine video series looking at the keeping, breeding and showing of cage birds, with a particular focus, as always, on the currently very noisy exhibition style budgerigars. But in this episode we will have a look at both how the budgerigars are doing in here and how the Fifes are doing outside in the finch and Fife flight. Thanks for all those of you who fed back on the last video. As always, it's most appreciated. I think we're very close to getting up to 2,550 subscribers. We may well have hit that by the time this video goes out, so thanks again to all those of you who take the time to subscribe to the channel. As the title of this episode suggests, we have had an unexpected surprise in cage number 1. I was not expecting this. It took me a little bit by surprise. I had to do a little bit of thinking about what was happening in there. But we will come on to that very shortly. But before we do that, we're going to nip out and have a look at how the Fifes are doing. So out here in a very sunny finch and Fife flight, things are going relatively well. I say relatively well. We've got the pair that we knew were down, so the pair that's directly behind me. Cockbird decided to sing. So yeah, the pair that had already gone down, that had built their nest, the pair that's directly behind me. The hen has so far laid 4 eggs, and I think she has now finished. There's been a bit of a gap now between laying. Because of that, I've reset the egg. So for those of you that are not aware what that meant, so with the Fife Canaries, what you tend to do is what most people do, and what I do, is remove the eggs as they're laid and replace them with a dummy egg. You will have seen that when I showed you the eggs in a tray, because the eggs can then get moved to a tray. And once the hen has finished laying, or we assume that she's finished laying, we put all of the eggs back under the hen at the same time. What this hopefully means is that most of the eggs will hatch, if not all of them, on the same day, and you don't end up with what we sometimes do with the budgerigars, where we've got one chick that's quite old and then another chick that's fairly young and can't compete for food. So hopefully this way we will maximise the opportunity for those chicks to all be fed and to all be raised to fledge. So that's the intention here. Like I say, we've got 4 eggs back under there. There is a 5th egg under there that you might remember was taken from the main flight. A hen had started laying in the seed dish, so I've popped that back under her as well. So we don't know whether that's going to hatch or not. It was in the seed, or the holding tray, if that's the right word for it. It's what I'm referring to as the holding tray for quite a long time, so I'm not totally convinced that one's going to hatch. We haven't yet candled any of these eggs, so I will do that in a few days. Like I say, I've only just reset them. We will do that in a couple of days. If I have any success with that before I post the video, then I will show you some clips of that alongside this. So like I say, all going relatively well for that cage. The other cage, so we haven't currently had any signs that the hen in here is going to start building up. I will give them about another week. If they haven't, it's a different cockbird this time. If she hasn't started building up, then what I might do is pop her back in the main flight and see if we can find another hen that we can take out and drop into this cage. So like I say, give that hen another week or so to see how she will get on in there. Right, that's it from out here. Like I say, relatively successful out here. So what's that big surprise in the budgerigar room? Let's go and find out, shall we? So I hope you enjoyed that little look at the Fifes, and hopefully we'll get some full eggs off of the pair that is actually gone down and is actually sitting, touch wood. But I expect you're all waiting to know. So what is the big surprise in here? And it's in the nest box behind me in cage number 1. Now this pair is on their second round. and in the first round, you might remember, I think we mostly got some grey or grey-green opaline cinnamons, which is expected because we've got in here a sky blue yellow face. I think it's a type 1, but it might be type 2. There it does look, the sky blue is showing some signs of a little bit of I suppose that sort of aqua-y colour in the feather, so it's not a pure blue like I might expect with I think I said type 1, I meant to say mutant one, so a yellow face mutant one, so it might be mutant 2. Either way, so it's a yellow face mutant 2 or mutant 1 sky blue cockbird that we know is split for rhino, and I did say, you know, we might just get a few or one or two hens off this bird that would turn out to be rhino. That was my hope anyway. So, and the cockbird, sorry, the hen is a grey-green cinnamon opaline. So again, we would expect there to be opalines in amongst the mix here, and of course there might be cinnamons. And we know the cockbird must also be split for cinnamon because we got cinnamons in the first round. So what is the surprise? Right, what I will do is I'll go and grab the nest box and we'll take a look. Well, before we look at this bird, I would start by saying that so when I first started thinking about this episode, it was going to be titled Just a Surprise, rather than the title that we've now got, which is Surprise, well, maybe. That's because I filmed these videos over the course of about, I don't know, 2-3 days, something like that. So I have some idea of what I'm going to be talking about, and then like I say, I then progress, and you might notice this quite often when I'm talking about the various cages doing the breeding update. I'll say, you know, that she's laid 4 eggs so far, and when I show you a picture of the box, there's 5 eggs in there, and that's just because of the way I record it. So when I started recording this, I was pretty sure, fairly sure, what I had in the nest box. And it was going to be a bit of a surprise for me. However, as this bird has developed over the last couple of days, I'm less confident, and it may well be that what I thought was in the nest box isn't in there. But we will have a look at it, and I'll explain when I'm looking at it what I saw 2 days ago and what I'm seeing now, and why that might be different. And then I would really appreciate if people looked at the bird while I'm showing it to you, and perhaps post in the comments your thoughts and why I might have been misled, or why I'm currently still being misled. Right, having said that little disclaimer there, let's have a look at it. So here we go then. This is what we are talking about, and I'm talking about the bird, the largest of the birds that we've got here. Now, I don't know if you can see it. I expect you can. I'll just try and zoom in just a little bit, and I'll also lift the bird out in a minute. So when I first looked at this bird, I was certain that it was going to be white. It has obviously it's got the whitish colour down that suggests it's going to be either cinnamon or a opaline, and I think it's probably going to be best as I've looked at both as I look at this. But the feathers coming through on the body appear white to me, so I was trying to work out what that might be, and then as the bird continued to develop over the last few days, it was clear that the wings were dark. So my thought therefore was that this was going to be some sort of clear body, and that actually the cockbird, which is split Ino, is also split clear body. However, I think we can all see, if I show you the face of the bird, so it's got a yellow face, so could it just be a yellow face clear body? That was my next thought. However, I think we can all probably see the wings look as if they're going to be yellow. Or at least parts of them look like they're going to be yellow. You can see the cinnamon in them, definitely. but the wings look like they might be yellow. However, I turn her over and I am relatively sure that the feathers that are coming through are white. Let me know your thoughts. They look white to me. So I am a bit confused. Now the wings still might be that the wings might be coming through white rather than yellow, and that we have got a yellow face, some sort of yellow face clear body here. The tail feathers, again, thoughts, they look like they're coming through a bit yellow to me, and I definitely think the wings look like they're coming through a bit yellow, but I might be mistaken. I mean, it's going to be an opaline and it's going to be a cinnamon, but I am confused about the body colour, because I would expect by now, if this was going to be a green, to be seeing green feathers coming through on the body and on the tail. But, you know, look at that, that is white. They are white feathers coming through there, aren't they? I mean, it's not me being stupid, is it? They look white to me. So this bird has got me confused at the moment. I am inclined to still go for, I'm looking for, in the feathers here, I'm looking to see if it's going, we've got the greyness of the clear body in the feathers. It's got dark coloured cheek patches, plum coloured eyes of the cinnamon, but I am really kerfuddled about this bird. So thoughts, please. I mean, look at the down. The down is virtually white, isn't it? Not. I know you have grey and then you have a paler sort of colour, but that looks almost white to me. And they are definitely white feathers coming through there and not yellow. So we will have to wait and see how that bird develops, but I would be interested to know your thoughts on it in terms of what it's going to be. I mean, this one as well, look, if you look at this youngster here, once again I would go for the feathers on this bird also probably being white as well, but maybe I'm just being stupid. So thoughts please on what that bird is on that bird. And like I say, my guess is I am being stupid, or that it is just a clear body, and that the cockbird has inherited clear body from the Ino that is masking, or the Ino is split for clear body, or that it's going to end up being just a normal green. But currently my view is that this bird has got a white body to it. So, you know, I'd expect the back to be showing signs of green by now, and that looks white to me. Anyway, there we go. So I hope you agree with me. It is slightly confusing, and I don't know yet what this bird is. I mean, it could be a yellow face clear body. But it looks like it's blue series to me. That looks like a blue series bird of some sort to me, rather than a green series bird. But we will wait and see, won't we? What I will do is, if I get a chance at the end, just before I post this video on to YouTube, I will get another picture of this in perhaps another day or two, so you can have another look at it as it develops. But they look white to me, the body feathers. Right then, let's pop them back so Mum can feed them. As you can see, they're all developing reasonably well, these 3 chicks. They're all now rung. There we go, I'll pop him back. Oh, there we are. I'm sure I'm being absolutely stupid, and that's just going to be that it will turn out to be a green of some sort. But it is still confusing me at the moment with the body colour looking particularly white. So we will have to wait and see. And like I say, let me know your thoughts in the comments on that particular bird. And do you ever come across a bird in a nest box that just baffles you a little bit as to what it actually is going to turn out to be like that there? I mean, I quite often get confused with colours. It's not my greatest skill, particularly when they're in the nest box. I will sometimes, particularly the difference between the dark factors, the cobalt, you know, a cinnamon cobalt, I quite often will get confused and I've seen that it's a sky blue and that sort of thing. But in there, you know, I would expect, like I say, expect to see some green feathers on the body and certainly not white. So, and they don't even look like they're going to be yellow, do they? So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on what that bird's going to be. Don't forget, we are looking to improve the number of subscribers, so you're not yet a subscriber, please do subscribe to the channel. I made a mistake earlier on in the video when I think I said 2,550. I should have said 1,550. If only it was 2,000, that would certainly help the channel in terms of the number of views that it gets across YouTube. But anyway, I'm really pleased that I think we have actually hit the 1,550. So thanks for those who are continuing to subscribe. Don't forget, if you enjoy the video, do give it a big massive thumbs up, and of course if you want early notifications, then click on the bell icon and you will get them through via email, I do believe. Right, but other than that, that is all we've got time for in this video. So until the next one, do stay safe, enjoy the birds.